The clock ticks to 3:42 p.m. on March 22, 2025, at the Azure Wave Aquarium in Osaka, Japan. The air hums with anticipation, the scent of salt and chlorine sharp in the humid arena. Hana Takahashi, a 29-year-old trainer with a bright smile and a wetsuit hugged tight, stands on a sleek platform, her whistle glinting under stadium lights. Below, the turquoise pool ripples as Kaido, a 22-foot, 10,000-pound orca, glides beneath the surface, his black fin slicing through like a blade. The crowd, families, tourists, kids with cotton candy, cheers wildly. Hana raises her arms, signaling a leap. Then, a shift, Kaido's eyes lock on her, dark and unreadable. A sudden surge, a spray of water, and a scream pierces the air as he clamps his jaws, pulling Hana under. In a heartbeat, the show becomes a nightmare, and the water turns red. I'm Lisa Campbell, and for 2 decades, I've chased the raw, jagged edge where humans and wild animals collide, where awe meets peril, and the truth cuts deep. Today, we're diving into a tragedy at Azure Wave Aquarium in Osaka, Japan, a glittering stage for marine spectacle that turned deadly on a spring day in 2025. This is the story of Hana Takahashi, a passionate trainer, and Kaido, an orca whose power and pain were caged for our amusement. What pushes a creature of the ocean to strike? Have you ever watched an animal show, felt the thrill, the unease? Share your thoughts in the comments as we unravel this heart-wrenching tale. Hana Takahashi grew up by the sea in a fishing village near Hokkaido, her childhood filled with waves crashing against rocks and tales of ocean spirits. At 22, she landed her dream job at Azure Wave Aquarium, a sprawling complex in Osaka, dazzling 1.2 million visitors a year with Ocean Wonders shows. Hana trained seals, dolphins, and then Kaido, the star orca, pouring her heart into every gesture, her gentle hands signaling jumps, her voice a melody of praise. She was born for this, her mother, Yumi Takahashi, later said. Hana saw the animals as family. Kaido, captured off the coast of Iceland at age 4, had spent 18 years in captivity by 2025. At 22 feet long, his sleek black and white body thrilled crowds with breaches and splashes, but trainers whispered of his moods, restless flicks of his tail, low moans echoing through the tank at night. The pool, 40 feet deep and 100 feet wide, was a turquoise prison, a far cry from the endless ocean he'd known. Azure Wave's tickets sold for 5,000 yen, VIP swim with the Orca packages at 20,000, and the gift shop brimmed with Kaido plushies. CEO Kenji Sato pushed for more, 3 shows daily, louder music, brighter lights. Give them a spectacle, he'd demand. Safety drills were rushed, the tank's edges worn, and trainers, paid 300,000 yen a month, juggled 10-hour shifts. Hana loved Kaido, but confided to a colleague, Aiko Mori, he's changing. I feel it in his eyes. March 2025 brought chaos to Azure Wave. A heat wave pushed Osaka's temperatures to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, unusual for spring, the humidity thick in the arena. Kaido grew erratic, slamming the tank walls, refusing fish, his dorsal fin drooping more than usual. Vets noted a tooth infection, likely from gnawing the pool's concrete, but Sato waved it off. He's a star, not a patient. Hana logged concerns in her journal. March 18, Kaido ignored cues. March 20, he stared too long, no blink. She pleaded for a break, 24 hours, no crowds, just quiet. We're pushing him too hard, she told her supervisor, Ryo Tanaka. Shows pay the bills, Hana, came the reply. March 22 dawned bright, the arena packed with 800 spectators, tourists from America, school kids from Kyoto, bloggers snapping selfies. Hannah, in her black and blue wetsuit, prepped Kaido backstage, her whistle ready, her smile masking worry. "You're okay, big guy," she murmured, stroking the water. Kaido circled, faster than usual, his breath sharp through his blowhole. Aiko later said, she felt it, something off. "She told me, he's not himself." The Ocean Wonders show loomed at 3:30 p.m., Kaido would leap, spin, and splash to a pulsing soundtrack. The crowd buzzed, kids waved glow sticks, the air heavy with heat and expectation. At 3:42 p.m., the music blared, a techno beat vibrating the stands. Hannah stood on the platform, arms raised, her whistle sharp and clear. Kaido surged up, his massive body breaching the surface, water cascading like a fountain as the crowd roared. Then, a pause, too long. His eyes, black and piercing, fixed on Hannah. She signaled again, voice steady, "Come on, Kaido, up." In a flash, he lunged, jaws wide, teeth gleaming. Water exploded, a cold spray drenching the front row. Hannah's scream, high, desperate, cut through as Kaido's mouth closed on her leg, yanking her into the depths. The pool churned, bubbles rising, her arms flailing as he thrashed, a dark shadow in the turquoise. Blood clouded the water, a red stain spreading fast. Spectators gasped, some screamed, others froze, phones trembling in hands. In 20 seconds, the show turned to horror, and Hannah's fight faded beneath the surface. Chaos erupted at Azure Wave. Spectators stumbled out, a mother clutching her son, sobbing, "Why didn't they stop it?" Lifeguards dove in, pulling Hannah's limp body from the pool at 3:46 p.m., her leg torn, chest still, gone. Paramedics tried, but she was pronounced dead, massive trauma, drowning. Kaido circled, moaning, as trainers coaxed him to a holding tank. Hannah's mother, Yumi, collapsed at the news, whispering, "My girl loved him." "Why?" The media stormed in. "Killer orca strikes at Osaka Aquarium," screamed Asahi Shimbun. "Tragedy in turquoise, was Azure Wave to blame?" asked Japan Times. Social media ignited, #KaidoKills trended, some demanding his death, others his freedom. Cages Kill, Humans and Animals, posted at Ocean Voice JP, gaining 95,000 likes. Japan's Ministry of Environment launched a probe, citing inadequate oversight and animal stress. Dr. Emi Nakamura, a marine biologist, told NHK, "Orcas aren't toys. Confinement, pain, and noise trigger this. We saw it coming." Kenji Sato deflected, "Hannah knew the risks. It's tragic, but nature's unpredictable." Protests swelled outside Azure Wave, signs reading "Free Kaido, end the shows." A petition for closure hit 300,000 signatures. Yumi, voice cracking, told Mainichi she gave her life to them. They owed her safety. "This isn't just Hannah's story, it's a mirror to our obsession with taming the wild. Orcas like Kaido, born for vast oceans, swim thousands of miles in the wild, dive deep, hunt with family. Yet we trap them in tanks, 40 feet deep, for our gasps and claps, a $2 billion marine park industry profiting off their misery." Azure Waves grind, 3 shows a day, blaring music, no rest, echoes a global truth: we prioritize spectacle over sanity. Studies show captive orcas suffer stress, infections, and shorten lives. Kaido's 18 years in a pool stole his nature. Hannah's death exposes the cost: underpaid trainers, cut corners, and a system blind to the breaking point. We cheer the leaps, ignore the moans, and call it entertainment. What arrogance lets us cage a 10,000-pound hunter for selfies? When will we learn the ocean's children don't belong in our circus? This is our failure, and Hannah paid the price. I'm Lisa Campbell, and after 20 years, 300 stories, this one shakes me to my core. I see Hannah's smile in photos, her love for Kaido in every journal entry, and I ache for Yumi, left without her daughter. I hear Kaido's moans, haunting the tank, a creature of boundless seas reduced to a prop. As a journalist, I dig for facts, stress logs, skimp safety, corporate greed, but as a woman, I'm broken. I've stood by these pools, felt the spray, sensed the tension in an orca's gaze. What drives us to chain the wild for our thrill? Could better care, less pressure, have saved Hannah? I'm haunted by the blood in that water, the cries in the stands, and a truth we dodge: we're the intruders here. What do you think could have stopped this tragedy? Tell me in the comments. I need your voice to make sense of this pain. Hana Takahashi's life sank in a turquoise tank, her blood a testament to a bond we broke. Kaido swims on, confined, his cries a plea we may never answer. This tragedy ripples beyond Osaka, through every aquarium, every ticket sold, every cheer we raise. We built the stage, filled the seats, and ignored the warnings. Now, a daughter is gone, a family grieves, and an orca bears the blame. As the waves settle at Azure Wave, I hear Kaido's moan, a reminder: the ocean's heart cannot be caged without cost. Let's honor Hana, demand better, for trainers, for animals, for us. Like, subscribe, and tell me below, how do we end this cycle? Because if we don't, the next cry in the water might be ours.